everyone, my name is Rodney Smith. I'm here with Board Game Geek, and I'm also here with Jess Davis and Daryl Andrews of Our Ton of Games.
Yes.
And you've got a game for us here. We've got
we do.
Speakeasy Blues. Speakeasy Blues.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the game here, please.
Do you
go.
remember
You go.
Do I go? Oh,
Yeah.
You're up, Jess.
yes. But he's only the designer, so
What's the theme here? What are we doing?
This is a speakeasy. So you are in 1920s Prohibition era New York City, and you are trying to build the most prestigious speakeasy that you can using your tableau.
All right, so we each have our own personal tableau here.
Yes, you do.
We're trying to track some cool people in.
That is part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, first we have to pick which speakeasy we have. And these are historically accurate. So we have the Drury Lane Inn, you have your asymmetrical start. So you get a lot of money over there.
So each one's different.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Each one. And these are all real. So you can go Google them and look up, what they did back in 1920s New York City. You got some crime mobs over there. So you get to look at those three, pick one, and place it face down.
I'm gonna pick.
No. The worst. He's the worst.
I break all the rules.
Yeah, he's breaking all the rules. He's not supposed to tell us. It's face down his tableau. We don't know yet. It's a secret. He's not good at secrets.
Until the caps.
So he picked from the crime families. So
we got crime families we got to deal with here too.
Of
course, yeah.
Lucky Luciano, he mentioned. So you might have some dirty cops,
right?
Or you might have one of the two mob families,
okay,
Massaria and Massamab.
Oh, good.
I know, right?
Wow, I'm impressed.
I know. So, and you're doing that for set collection. So these are your take that mechanic, my favorite mechanic in the game. So you're going to use those mobsters to kind of do something nefarious to the other players. You might get something like, oh, look, everyone has to give me $2.
Right.
Yay.
And what does this represent? Someone coming in and muscling the other...
Exactly. So, I have him in my tableau, and I'm going to go and attack you with him and be like, aha, I got Profasi, you better pay up, right? I mean, that's what they did back in the day. You had to pay ante up. But if you happen to have a copper like Barney here in your tableau, again, these are face down until you play them, right away you could say, I have Barney and I'm going to use him, I'm going to bring him out, which means that effect doesn't take place for anybody. So Barney helped out the whole table because the cops went and snarfed him up.
So is our objective to be building cards into our tableau?
Now,
it looks like there's only slots for about 4 cards here.
Yes.
So what happens if I fill up my board?
Well, you start with 2 free ones, but maybe you want to add on to your speakeasy.
Yeah,
so you pay Joe Hammer a buck, and he comes in and he adds on this space, and now you can use that space as well. If you want to get even bigger though, like now you got space constraints, so it's like $2 to pay Joe Hammer to go and add on another room. So then you have room for that. But money's really tight in this game, so you want to be really choosy about whether you're going to do that or just stack them, because you can also stack cards.
That's a real tough decision.
Tough decisions.
Why's that?
Because once you have stacked this card, you can no longer use this effect. Now this is a one-time effect, so that's an easy choice. Putting something on top of here is a great idea, because you look down here, he has negative reputation. He's bringing some negativity, just like Joe Adonis as well. He's bringing some negativity to your the prestige of your joint. So if you throw a party using some of the dice drafting that's available up here on the board that we'll get into, then he's going to... A soiree.
Oh, very nice, Daryl. Yeah.
He's going to take away some of your reputation.
I see.
Because
ultimately we want a high reputation, but sometimes you're going to sacrifice that to do something important in the game.
You can do a really cool move.
Yeah. Might be worth it.
You don't mind.
Might be worth it. Okay.
Yeah, so let's talk about what we're doing here.
Please.
We have a dice drafting game. So initially we're going to have 6 dice out, that's 3 sets of colors, out on the board. And these are blocking actions. This is your dice pool, an additional 2 sets. On the beginning of your turn, you're going to pick a color set to remove from the board. So I might want to pick a color set that's over in these, because these are completely blocked. I can't go into set collection and pick from any of these face-up cards and buy them. And I can't get any hooch right now because that's blocked over there. And you need to give the people of the speakeasies some hooch. So I'm probably going to go and get these yellow out of here. That means I re-roll them into the pool. And these are my options that I can go and place. The great thing about this game is you're never going to get stuck. It is dice drafting. You can pay $1 to re-roll all those dice if you really don't like those options.
So there's ways to mitigate the randomness of the dice.
Absolutely. It's really not randomness, because yes, you're doing some rolling, but you're going to be able to re-roll. You also have favors where you can do a wild dice placement that you can have in your resources, and you have the soiree. So if you want to throw a soiree, if I had this in here and I choose, you can choose any die face to go up here and throw your soiree. I'm going to get $1 for having this awesome Nash Advanced 6 coupe.
Okay.
And I'm going to lose one of my reputation because Joseph Rafasi.
So the soiree is when this sort of triggers the effects of the corners,
of
basically?
what's up there.
Okay.
And it's always what's on the top. So if this is stacked, I would just be losing one reputation.
Gotcha.
So probably not a good time to go and throw a soiree.
Right.
And I mean, that's probably what you would do, right? You're looking around, gauging your crowd, figuring when the big parties should be planned, not when Joseph's around.
All right.
So you're placing here. Some of these have extra bonuses or costs. So if I end up placing over here to go into my set collection, it is going to cost me one reputation because I'm kind of sliding in and doing a side deal here. But I do get $1 for it. Again, that side deal. So I get $1 off that purchase or $1 for placing there and taking that loss of reputation. So that's another way to get money in the game. Like I said, money is really, really tight. So the other place is to kind of go up here and get some favors. You want some favors from those mobster families and those dirty cops. So you're going to go and place some dice up here. And the cards that have come out, these are your round trackers, but they also tell you the value of the dice at that time. So this is going to go right here, and that's going to show you that doing a deal with a cop is $2. It's actually money you're getting. Because you're doing a deal with that cop and you get $2 for it. You did him a favor, he gives you some money.
I see, okay.
You do a favor for the mob families and you get some money right now, $3. But sometimes that goes up to $4 or $5. So you want to plan well with when you're going to go get those favor tokens.
When it's the most lucrative, I see. Okay.
And they're also used for set collection. So if you look at the top of your crime cards, you're going to see that they have the same tokens up here.
Right.
So you can add to that. And at the end of the game, that scores for majority. First place gets 10 points, second 6.
So what ends the game?
The game ends at the end of the round trackers. So there's 10 in there.
Yep.
And this also gives you a lot of replayability because it's a 20-card deck of cards. You always begin with this grand opening card, but this moves off at the end of the round, and the next card moves in. There are 3 contests, and these are end-game scoring.
Yep.
So these are going to stay off to the side to show you and remind you what you're going to score.
At the end of the game, this is all right. So as these come up, we'll see what we're trying to score ultimately to guide our
but
choices.
It changes. So your end-game scoring part of it isn't going to be the same, which is really interesting because you don't know that card could come up in the last round. You're always going to have 2 rounds to see that it's coming up.
Yes.
But that's only 2 rounds possibly.
As the game goes on, you're running out of time to work towards some of these, but you might have a lot of time to work on some of the early ones, I guess, right? Your objective?
Yes.
Okay.
That is exactly how it works. So you have people like the Fitzgeralds and Bessie Smith up here that you're bringing in. They bring reputation, and these are also end-game scoring points. And they also give you added ways that you score at the end of the 18th Amendment. Those always are end-game scoring, and they give you special abilities. Some of them are recurring, and some of them are one-time. So those
you're scoring off your reputation track, off a set collection, off of some of the people you bring in, right? And you're trying to, ultimately at the end, have the greatest reputation for the Speakeasy that you created.
So everybody comes and parties at your Speakeasy.
And now, is this available right now?
It is in pre-release at Gen Con. It is shipping to Kickstarter backers right now.
So should we get it soon?
It will be in stores in October.
And how long would you say this takes to play?
45 to 60 minutes.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for that overview. That was excellent. Well done. Daryl,
she knows all the info. I just try to make good games.
Yes.
I take the credit, but Adrian Adamskew really does all the work, and I ride his coattails.
I think you had a little credit there too.
Well, Adrian's not here right now. I want to show one thing. So it does have his name on the box, but except Jerry. There's no Jerry.
No Jerry.
No Jerry in the game.
Well, thank you so much for giving us this overview of Speakeasy Blues.
Thank you.
And all of you, thanks for watching.